10,000 odd branches with a large reach of, we call it ATM here, but in India we call it ATM, automated teller machine. Branch, we have then ICICI Bank limited branches. You can see China, Nepal, UAE, Bahrain. Then obviously India is on the invitation.
Full service bank, schedule 2 or schedule B bank, and in terms of as I said, 20 years in Canada already done. When we started in Canada, again remember your own journey, the way it started. So I think we were the 20th schedule B bank when we started in 2003, and now we are the third largest, actually the second largest I would say. And once the takeover of HSBC happens, then probably we'll have the largest one.
It's not written anywhere, but with my experience, Rajan has $99 and he needs a home of $100. The home price is $100. He has $99. I have $1 and I need $99 to fund my home buy. I need 99, he needs 1. I have an excellent credit history in Canada. I have always paid everything on time. Credit card bills on time. Phone bills, postpaid bills on time. My credit score is 800, for instance. He is struggling at 490. Somewhere he missed one credit. Didn't evaluate his credit history. Didn't check his TransUnion Equifax score. He has missed. And he has gone to the bank. The same walking to the bank manager. What do you think, who will get the loan and who will be denied?
So just be careful and maybe a simple worksheet, on a monthly basis. That are you carrying a good debt or are you going towards a bad debt? That would be an interesting recon exercise for you.
Every information is in my credit card statement. Forget ICICI Bank, all banks. They give, because as per FCAC, information has to be in clear language, explicitly mentioned in everything, whatever bank documents you receive. So everything is mentioned, but you have to read, understand, you have to have a knowledge where to look for what. If I have been applied $10 interest fees, why? For instance, you are talking about bad credit, good credit. Okay, a good credit. Even buying an iPhone is, I believe, a good credit. I need the phone because I need to check emails. I need to, create files. Technology, it's a good investment. I need the phone. My old phone is not working. I need the phone. You are you will be a working professional. You are a student. You need it. So it's a good investment. But then I cannot repay the entire $1,500, for instance. Today, I have used my credit card. Now I don't have $1,500 to repay. What do? I have purchased the phone. I have my need. So there is a minimum balance also, which you need to pay. Keep on paying the minimum balance. Continue to control that credit in the ambit of good credit. The moment you ignore interest payments, minimum dues, then what happens? The good credit is transitioning into bad credit. What is going to be affected? First thing which will get affected is what? Suddenly you generate a score. Last month 765, 680. Next month again. So we are not. Sometimes you would not have been educated that keep on paying the minimum dues. Paying the minimum dues is also equivalent of maintaining a good credit. As long as bank is understanding, he or she is looking at the statements and paying, and then also debt reconciliations, means reconstructions. First of all, you need to understand which statement cycle are you in. Okay, check the statement and check what is the every month the statement date. You will find that statement date is constant. Either it is 15th or 1st. So, for instance, first, you are in the cycle first. Every first your statement date is first. Did it. So you did the transaction at 31st night. So how much is the grace period for you? Not even few hours, because tomorrow the statement will get generated and you will get 21 days to pay that $100. But Raman now does a transaction on second. First the statement is generated. She does a transaction on second of the month. Now, how much time did she get? From second to first. Because the statement will be generated on first. First, the statement will show you did a transaction on second of the last month. And then further 21 days to pay. So look at the cycle. How you have done the expense and how did you get there? So I do planning like that. I have to buy a ticket for a day. So I will wait. What is my statement date? Ultimately I will pay to credit card only, right? So my statement date is 15. So I will go to the 16th and book the ticket. I will not go to the 14th and book the ticket. Otherwise, on 14th if I do, I just get 21 days. But if I do on 16th, I get next statement date plus 21. So this is there are ways the calculation happens. What kind of an asset you have? What kind of a lending from the bank you have taken? Credit cards. How much of a credit card in terms of limits you have got? What is your spend limit utilization patterns? Okay. See, bank, there are underwriting policies, so there is credit adjudication synopsis altogether. So savings account, I'm getting interest, but I'm putting money and using it like to grocery payments and giving e-transfers to him. Is it a prudent, good use of that account? Or should I use my checking account for those transactions? Savings is okay, small savings. See, the word still remains the same. Saving, right? Save it. Checking is like day-to-day use. So it's very important that you use your account to the intended use which is meant for that account. And again, some examples. Don't be surprised if somebody has 5 checking accounts. So Jashandeep has a checking account to pay the bills. So that account is being used for that. Jashandeep has another checking account where he puts some money and he sends that money to his parents. So that account for his styling, he has maintained one separate checking account. So it's not a nomenclature which will be only one checking account. You should only have one checking account. You can have multiple checking accounts. You can have multiple saving accounts based on your needs. Guaranteed income certificates, GICs. How many of you have heard the golden word in India banking system? Fixed deposits. All of us have heard fixed deposit. A deposit, it is fixed for a certain period of time. Bears mean higher interest, not like savings, but higher interest, and the money remains locked. But here money remains locked and also non-locked, means redeemable. So what is a non-redeemable? Cannot break. Okay. What is a redeemable? Give me some interest more than savings, but give me the flexibility to break it. But when you break it, bank will say, okay, I gave you the flexibility, but the terms are a little bit tight in the sense that I'll pay you lesser interest. When you redeem it in this period, this interest, another period, this much interest, longer when you keep on, keep longer, more interest, shorter versions, lesser interest. So if I have come in 2009, so 2009, 10, 11, 12, and keep on adding every year's limit, and my eligibility becomes 50, 60 or 1000. I can deposit that $10. But Gourmet has just landed this year. He was not there in 2009, 10, 11, 12 till 2020. Can he deposit his $10,000 in TFSA? No. There's a limit every year. I think this limit is 6,500 this year. If you have come this year, you can only invest 6,500. But having said that, don't say or remember Saikat Mitra told this from ICICI Bank. You must consult your accountant who is filing your taxes to determine your eligibility. And when you see your tax NOA, notice of assessment, There are two limits which is clearly shown there. One is a TFSA limit and one is an RRSP. Interest income is $50 and above in a financial year. Bank will issue you a T5, and that T5 will say Jashan, right? Jashan has $100 of T5 income, interest income, and Jashan has X amount of normal income. So this will both get added and then your taxes and everything. Okay? And T5 is applicable not only to individuals like you, me, but also for the businesses.
Full-time job, you must open an RRSP account because that will help you tomorrow buy the home.
Yeah.
You put money there, Saikat explained, your income gets reduced.
Yeah.
He's earning 100,000, he put 20,000 there, government will say his income is 80,000.
Yeah.
20,000 out, reduced, less.
Can somebody say who is an NRI? I purposefully polluted your mind, so I'm sorry about that. You were right. It's related to India. It's non-residential Indian. Right?
In Punjab, it's a very common term, NRI again.
NRI. So, non-residential Indian. So, I am an NRI. And I can see you are an NRI, you are an NRI. So those who have been born in India, or parents living in India and had an Indian passport at any point of time, but right now maybe a PR or a Canadian citizen or a work permit government is an NRI, non-resident Indian, right? An NRI is an individual person. So NRI can have accounts in India. Yes, of course. But why are you asking this question? I can have an account in India. I already had an account in India before coming to Canada. So, what was that account then? Oh, when you were in India, so this is the boundary line. I'm in India, I have an account. When I cross the line and come to Canada, I still have an account in India. But here I am a non-resident Indian, category as non-resident Indian, and here I was a resident Indian. So when I have a resident Indian in India, I open savings account. I had a savings account, I was operating it. When I have become a non-resident Indian, my category has changed to NRI. So I have to change my category of accounts also what I have in India. If I don't have an account in India, or didn't have an account in India, if I want to open an account in India, my category of account opening will be termed as non-resident Indian accounts. And now coming to the best slide. Now everybody open your eyes and look at the screen. Next slide. This is the best slide. So the floor is open for question and answers. Okay, I hope we did a good job to make you keep you awake. I know it's the time where almost okay because Sara din pada hai kaam and all this stuff. Any questions? We are open. Before that, I would like to introduce you to somebody. Mr. P Singh, sir, please come. This is Mr. P Singh. He is the head of retail for the bank, for ICICI Bank Canada. He takes care of all the branch network. He takes care of all the money remittances. He takes care of the entire marketing. The Money to India Canada app that you saw was brought in his able leadership. So overall, he is the in charge of ICICI Bank Canada for this piece, the entire retail piece. So I hand over to you, sir.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Beautiful country, give you lots of opportunities, fantastic opportunities, and we welcome you all. And you are here in the right place. But the one thing which we need to bring from wherever we came, that is good character, responsible character, be nice, be humble to everybody. I will give you only one example. These two things are in my hand. I just picked it up from the shelf here. Anybody tell me what is that? What is this? What is it? Water? Okay. Now, I just want you to remember this. If I open this now and again close it, and use this after 3 days, 4 days, will this water be same taste wise, or can you drink it after 2-3 days? No change in the taste. This is, what is it? Juice? Open it today. After 3-4 days, same taste?
No.
Why? Glass shape. What character we should hold? We should change ourselves, or we should be adaptive. That is the situation change, we should change. We should be like the water, as pure as water, that even after you use or drink after 4 days, 5 days, are going to be as pure as this water. You are changing the shape. Situation change.
Who can explain? Yeah, go ahead.
Like water will have to be pure and formless.
Another bigger picture, simplify is, no matter how the external things change, the internal should not change. External will always keep changing, but inside you is always the same. Whether you are 3 feet and you become 6 feet tomorrow, you are living in a sharing room today and tomorrow you have a bungalow of your own. Your inside is not changing. Water content is the same except the external aspect. Understand more deeper. It's not what how simply is telling you. If you change your character internally, you are done. Contamination of your life, of your thoughts will kill you. It's always the contamination of your thoughts which hamper you. If you don't believe, do me a favor, open the other can, put just 1 drop in bottle and 1 drop in the glass. 1 drop. Same bottle, same juice, just 1 drop. And leave it like this. Leave it there. Just for a day. Not long, just for 1 day. Taste it next day morning. 1 drop. That means 1 bad thought can kill the carrier. Thanks. Peace.
Absolutely. Thank you, Charlie. We can mix water with cold drink, with any other drink, and water will mix like any. When we hold a good thought, good clarity, good purity, good character, we will be mixed in the system of this country without any harm. That is the message. Second thing, while we are talking about habit, we just saw the last piece of presentation, career in banking. I will go beyond it. I will say career in Canada. Why banking only? It could be anywhere, right? Work on ourselves. This struggle is temporary struggle that if you are not finding job. But if you work on yourself, few examples I would like to give. I sit on an interview panel, candidate comes. When the candidate is coming, even before he sit, I know this candidate is going to crack an interview. Why? Otherwise, since the
Their attitude, like, they somehow have a positive attitude when they go into the interview. Maybe inside they're feeling insecure, or they have a lot of thoughts, doubts. But when they're entering the interview, it's like with a positive aura.
A handshake in 30 seconds, 15 seconds of handshake with your body language, eye contact, it delivers everything. 15 seconds.
absolutely body language is the right word. How we walk, our personality. If people are getting ready, I always make a joke. People are getting ready for others. I get ready for myself. I like being nicely dressed up. When you are going somewhere, emphasize. emphasize, especially for an interview. Read it, be prepared. Hold some folder with you, regardless you are not even opening it. Maybe you have to make some notes. And there is no harm in an interview if you are not understanding the question, ask it. Sorry, can you rephrase the question? No problem at all. People might give you a different impression, but I think Navi always covered this part, right? But there's no harm. Even you go to that extent, you can write the question too if required. That's okay. That's okay to give a right answer rather than guessing it. No need to guess it. And also another thing, whatever course you are doing, which is fine, do a little more research on your taste if you want to be in job or self-employment or whatever you want to do. Whatever is your taste, please do extra certifications for that. Today we have not covered this piece, but maybe next time, Rajan or Saikat, if you can cover it. In banking, when you are thinking about career, there are different certifications. Those certifications are helpful in your interviews. It's just like taking a license for the car. Free books. Totally. Read. Internet is available. You can read whatever you want. But these small steps are going to help you. Last thing which I want to touch upon, which is common observation in any interview, if you are going or building any career or when you are meeting for any kind of employment, we are not knowing much about that word. That's okay, because employer is going to teach us. But at least we should have a basic knowledge about that company. Very, very common mistake. 90% of the people do this common mistake. We are preparing for the interview either one night before or maybe sometime right in the Uber or a bus. We are reading about it. Then we mix up all the answers in the interview. We are not having this much of a time. This member, and then we will meet soon next time. And we all must be holding keys. You all have keys with you? House key, X key, car key, all keys? Then you must be having a one key chain to it. Why we put keys in? Sorry? So keeping it together, okay. Keeping it together so that it's not lost. Agree? You all agree? This is life. Stay together. This is one. Second, when we have keychain, the purpose is make sure you have a right mentor with you, because the mentor is going to show the right path, right line. Your right company will give you positive ideas. You are not going to lost in life. So keep one cheat chain with you in life. That's it. Thank you.
Any questions you have? Ask. The last topic was very interesting actually. How to crack successful interview. So
Everyone woke up
yeah,
at
so let me ask you, sir. So let me ask you, sir, if you allow me. That I have a doubt that when I go to the interview, I feel very nervous. How to control this? What should I do? I like my lips shiver kind of thing, and I'm wanting to speak, but then the mind is like calculating more words, but the words are not coming out of the mouth, and I'm like, I know I'm not doing good. So how do I control myself?
Very common situation actually. Very, very common.
Do you face this? Huh?
When we are ready for our exam, then we can answer it out. The biggest thing which I observe, people don't understand the question rightly. Try to understand the question right in the interview. And interview is all depending on the level of an interview for a position. Nobody is going to ask you a question up to the level of a VP that how you are going to make income for the bank, how you are going to increase the shares of our company. For a mid management to a lower management, all jobs, they just want to see 2-3 things. What character you hold? Will you be fit? I remember now one example. Very smart candidate, I interviewed him. Everything was good, but somehow I didn't hire him. You know why? For an interview, he came in a t-shirt and a jeans and a sport shoes. And it's a banking financial institution. You go to TD, RBC or any bank, which is nearest to you, Scotia, wherever your account is. Go to the first counter. Can you see how people are dressed up? Would you like to give your money for an investment to this gentleman, who are looking absolutely serious about your money, or the person who is not even looking serious about his own money?